Hello everyone. Welcome to another podcast at Major Squad. Today I'm going to talk about S400, another much talked about topic. And what we want to create here is a single point reference video for all your basic queries about S400. So let's start. Recently India purchased 5 regimental sets of S400 with 40 November 6 missiles called Triumph from Russia. Now, these are highly capable systems which can address both aircraft and missile threats. Let's first talk about the structure of a S400 unit. Typically, a S400 deployment is organized as regimental sets, which are then subdivided into battalions. The S400 regimental set comprises of an early warning radar system, which are 91N6E, combined with a mobile command and control post, which is 55K6E, which controls multiple batteries ahead. That is, the battalions of missile system, which can be up to 8, but the usual standard number is 2. Now, each battery further comprises of a fire control radar, multiple launchers, which can be up to 12, maintenance and missile storage, plus the power supply vehicles. Each battery single-handedly can track up to 40 targets and engage up to 10 targets. What makes it special is the wide variety of targets it can handle and also its high performance specifications. Russia notes that the S400 is designed for large range and high altitudes of air target destruction, multi-channel, high mobility and survivability. It's capable of destroying all types of aerodynamic targets and ballistic missiles. It can handle a target set which basically comprises of electronic warfare aircraft, airborne early warning and control system, reconnaissance aircraft acting both in individual capacity as well as parts of target acquisition and fire control systems, strategic bombers, tactical and short and medium range ballistic missiles, and other means of air attack in a contested electronic environment. The performance specification of S400 are really amazing, where it has a maximum range against aerodynamic targets of around 380 kilometers and a minimum of 2.5. And the maximum range against ballistic missiles is of 60 kilometers and a minimum of 5 kilometers. On the altitude side, on aerodynamic targets, it can go up to 30 kilometers with a minimum range of 0.01 kilometer, and altitude against ballistic targets is 25 as maximum and 2 kilometers as minimum range. It can track and destroy target speed up to 4800 meters per second. The number of simultaneously engaged targets in surface to air missile in its full setup can be up to 80, and for guided missiles up to 160. And the same number for individual batteries can be up to 10, and guided missiles can be up to 20. Let's talk about the radars. It has really powerful radars. The S400 gets its early warning from N1N6E, also referred to as the Big Bird by NATO, with an instrumented range of up to 600 kilometers. The actual range also depends on the each target class. Now, this is a powerful set which picks up targets, transfers the data to 56K6E command post, which then runs the combat operations and decides how and where the different batteries engage the target and with what. The command post and the radar together make up the command and control elements for the S400 system. Then we come to the battery. Each battery has a fire control radar. This is the 92N6E multifunctional radar, which can also be mast mounted if the customer purchases it. The 92N6E is a powerful electronically scanned air radar with a public range of up to 300 kilometers or even above it, which can provide fire control solutions for a range of aircraft and missile targets. It can also be accompanied by 96L6E2 radar. Now, the 96L6E2 radar is an additional early warning radar set, which, if the customer purchases, can make the battery more independent and less dependent on the Big Bird. When I speak about customer, I'm talking in terms of India and what all sets it is taking. These are modern systems, powerful and with digital processing, and they cannot be easily jammed. Now let's talk about the comprehensive missile inventory. The uniqueness of S-400 lies in the fact that each battery can field missiles of several types, ranges, and capabilities. The S-400 designation itself is used as a ready reckoner to refer to the maximum range the system can engage, that is 400 kilometers. The missiles available are 40 N6E, high-speed target of various types, and targets at extreme range, including precision weapons, aircraft, unmanned air vehicles, ballistic missiles. They all can be targeted and destroyed for up to 400 kilometers. Then comes 48 N6E3 and E2. Now, targets including aircraft and ballistic missiles are up to 250 to 200 kilometers, and the former 250-kilometer beam for the higher speed targets. Then comes missile NMN6E2 for aircrafts and even precision weapons for up to 120 kilometers, supposed to be most effective. The more missiles are also quoted but not commonly seen as part of S-400. In short, a single S-400 can tackle a wide range of aircraft, missile and cruise weapon threats with a range of weapons. Secondly, as its guidance radars are highly powerful, fairly modern, electronically scanned arrays with a variety of advanced electronic warfare solutions, they cannot be easily jammed either. Let's talk about the Indian Air Force point of view. Now, since a single squadron can handle many targets, from the Indian Air Force point of view, deploying the S-400 gives it capability against several classes of threats within a single system. This is cost effective and also flexible. Like a single S-400 squadron can do tasks of several classes of system. It can force PAF or PLAF aircrafts away from critical areas, well within their borders, and hence even without opening fire, impose a defensive attitude in the opponent. I mean, as far as the deterrence go, it is one of the best systems that we can think of. Furthermore, given the increasing rocket and missile threat to IAF, their air bases and the key area, the S-400 offers a very capable defensive capability. The IAF is purchasing 5 regimental sets. These should be around 5 squadrons per IAF's designation system and 10 batteries, with each battery corresponding to a firing unit. The specific breakdown of radars, missiles and mixes are not yet known, but we'll see how it happens. Now, high survivability. The S-400 is designed to rapidly reposition after firing with combat readiness of a time within minutes. This will make them very hard to track and target by opponents. Next, the great point for IAF is the integration into wider network. The IAF will also integrate the S-400s into its wider command and control network called the IACCS, which means the S-400 batteries will receive and transmit data back into the network, making both even more capable. Early warning against more targets is possible, of course. So how do we think IAF will deploy S-400? I mean, obviously the whole thing is very classified, but as much as we can analyze, IAF will deploy S-400 across the western border against Pakistan, and the northern against Ladakh, that is in Ladakh, and eastern in the northeast sectors. With India's significant airlift and now even rail capability, we can rapidly redeploy many of these vehicles as well. So what are the limitations, and why do we need any more Indian systems? Or do we need any more Indian systems? While limited numbers, S-400 purchase is still very significant for the IAF, allowing it to defend key areas and points very, very effectively. The S-400 still is not invulnerable, and since it's widely exported and its broad parameters will be known to many countries, including China, which has also purchased it. Having said that, every customer gets a tailored fit. So the IAF specific variant will still be considered as very powerful and potent. But over the long term, India's needs are going to be more and more unique and of course massive. So IAF will be better served in backing up the S-400 purchase with a dedicated Indian ballistic missile defense program, which will be far more capable against ballistic missiles in particular. And also programs like SRSAM, MRSAM, Akash, which will also provide India its unique defense grid beyond S-400. In particular, systems like India BMD, Akash NG, XRSAM will be completely unique to India and tailored to IF and, of course, Army requirements. So they can be modified locally, changed, and customized to our needs. And even Pakistan or China will not be aware of much of their capabilities until they get exposed to it in a harder way. So that is all we have for you today. Thanks to Firestarter for the research work and Kuntal Biswas for the artwork. Look forward to your suggestions and comments. Jai Hind.